This episode of Video Game Review is brought to you by GameFly. For over 8,000 titles to choose from, no late fees, never play a bad game again, or buy one for that matter, when you sign up with GameFly.com. Link down in the description. Welcome, ladies and gents, to what will be your Final Fantasy. Oh yeah. On this episode of Video Game Review, we're going to be checking out Final Fantasy 15, giving you our thoughts, opinions, and reviews on it, and checking out some of my amazing BFF, T.A.J.S Babcock's gameplay footage from the game, seeing as how I played it on Xbox One and wasn't able to record gameplay footage. So, this episode of Video Game Review starts right now. Adventurous ones to an all-new episode of the Video Game Review, brought to you by GameFly.com and GameStop.com .com and Scrim Gear. Check out my friend, my BFF, T.A.J.S Babcock's Scrim Gear page down in the description. She has some amazing shirts, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, and more. I mean, seriously, my personal favorite, the Rage shirt. Oh, love that shirt. One day I shall own it. I was hoping I would have gotten it for my birthday, but didn't get it. But that's okay. I actually enjoyed the gifts that my BFF gave me. I seriously am enjoying that one. Either way, we're going to check out some of her amazing gameplay footage she did from Final Fantasy 15, because she played it on PS4, where I played it on Xbox One and could not record the gameplay footage. Otherwise, I'd be showing my own gameplay footage. Either way, Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed, and people were getting so pissed off about it. For almost 3 years it was delayed. And ever since it was announced way back in 2014, I believe it was, that Final Fantasy 15 was going to be coming out and stuff, there was delay after delay after delay, and it was just like, nobody thought it was going to make it out this year. They were all expecting it, including the nose, Ashley Jenkins, even come out and said, unless there's going to be another delay. You know, nope, it made it out finally, and it was beautiful. I mean, seriously, beautiful. The game is so open world massive and stuff, and enjoyable. The storyline was great, but I'll tell you right now, if you've never played, there's some things in the movie, Kingsglaive, that you may see in the game, okay, but you might not be able to follow the story exactly if you have not seen the movie. So, my biggest suggestion is see Kingsglaive before you play Final Fantasy 15, because it tells you a lot of what will happen in the game itself. Okay, now, we're going to head things over to the gameplay footage, brought to you by my BFF, T.A.J.S Babcock, and we'll see you right on afterwards. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Final Fantasy 15. Whoa! Now, this game has had some good reviews and bad reviews from other critics and stuff like that, including Angry Joe. I mean, he said it was so stupid how you could not, you know, most of the time was just spent with the car and stuff like that. That if you ran out of gas, you had to push the car. You wasted more time on the car. Okay, now the car had upgraded features to it and stuff like that, including one at one point where you can make the damn thing fly like Back to the Future's DeLorean. Woo! I love that part. And it took a long time to upgrade that damn thing, but worth it. Totally worth it. Now, Final Fantasy 15 is so openly world massive, I just couldn't get enough of it. Not to mention, it's different from so many of the other Final Fantasy games. Like, for one, you do not have to stand there while you're fighting the enemy and take turns like a chess piece thing. Like, king me. Nope, king you. Nope. It was just like, get at it, frickin' charge it, hit the shit where it hurts and do it, done it. Yes, it was perfect. Final Fantasy 15 was way different than all the other Final Fantasy games I've played. And that's saying something. Seriously saying something about this franchise has come a long way. Now, was it worth the delay after delay after delay? Yes. Personally, it was worth it. Because this has been so done in so many ways and stuff like that. The story is bigger. The monsters are greater and stuff like that. And it was just so openly world massive. I mean, seriously. You're able to run through street markets and stuff like that. You know, walking around normally and everything. Unlike where other Final Fantasy games always had you doing this little, you know, oh, gotta run to the next objective, just like that. Nope, can't go that way, it's blocked. Nope. This had it where you could do anything. Just run around and frickin', you know, you can, and you know the best part about it all, saving your game has been totally changed. I mean, seriously. Setting up a campfire at night is a safe spot. You can save your freaking game in a safe spot like that. And it's beautiful because it gives more dialect, more dialogue and stuff. The characters themselves, including Prince Noctis, Iggy, and so on and so forth, they all have their own great personalities to them and stuff. Prompto, he is practically one of my favorites. He's the wisecracking little smartass, and he's too much of a shutterbug too. I was waiting for him to actually start, you know, going, "Ooh, look at that girl! You know, look at that girl wearing that short skirt." Click. No, it was just that much fun to play this game. I mean, seriously, there are some points where you will want to rage quit, but you'll take your time and say, okay, I gotta do this right. I got to do this right. And the ending to the game itself was beautifully well done, well preserved, different from all Final Fantasy games out there. Okay, this one was much beautiful, very different than any of the other ones you ever saw done before. Okay, now let's move on to our final judgment. Alright, final judgment for Final Fantasy 15 is going to be a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed this game so damn much. I even liked the whole, you know, taking a selfie thing and stuff. Getting the gang together in front of the car and take a nice picture and stuff like that. But there were some things, the one thing that really irked me, just like it irked Angry Joe, was the car thing, okay? Never in Final Fantasy's history where you had a vehicle run out of gas and you had to sit there and push it, or run back and get gas for it. Seriously. Not to mention the vehicle's control mechanism was a little wonky and stuff like that, because you couldn't exactly like swerve off to the side of the road and stuff like that, or go off-road or anything. Nope, you had to follow a pattern and stuff. And that got a little annoying. But at the same time, you also had to keep it gassed pretty much. I mean, seriously, if it wasn't gassed up enough, you really were in trouble, because especially at night, where the monsters come out in force. I mean, seriously, they are out there just wandering the land and shit, and people are just like, if you ain't behind some kind of protection and shit, you're fucked out there. Either way, Final Fantasy 15 gets a 9 out of 10, 2 thumbs up for a badass seal of approval. I mean, seriously, epic badass seal of approval. This game was well worth the wait. All the delays, all the problems, all here and there and stuff like that. Now, sure, there's some issues with glitching and stuff like that, but at the same time, the game is still worth playing through, okay? Especially when it jumps like a year or so later or something like that, you know, or so many years later or something like that. And you see Noctis has got a beard now and stuff like that, a small goatee-like beard thing and stuff going on. And his friends are a lot older looking now and stuff. And when you go back to reclaim your kingdom and stuff, it's just one hell of a show in itself. I mean, seriously, this game could have practically been a movie in itself. I mean, seriously, you had the Kingsglaive movie, that's a prequel story of sorts, okay? But then you had the game itself that could have made it into a gigantic Final Fantasy animated type feature, like they did with Final Fantasy VII's Advent Children. Woo! Either way, 2 thumbs up, high recommendations. You check the game out for yourselves. Pick it up. You will not regret it. Final Fantasy 15. Once again, Final Judgment, 9 out of 10. 2 thumbs up and high recommendations. Check it out for yourself. And if you want to get in on a lot more gaming goodness and stuff like that, check out the links down in the description to Gamefly.com and GameStop.com. You want to buy up some great new games and stuff, or get in on some great deals that GameStop's going on right now, check out the link down below to their website. And if you want to get in on games that you don't want to buy right away and stuff, you want to try it before you buy it kind of deal and stuff, get in on Gamefly.com's own page as well. Sign up and let them know yours truly, the Adventurous Joseph Michael sent yous. And last but not least, Scrim Gear. You want to get in on some epic, awesome gamer gear from my BFF, Tara Babcock? It's her own design, people. Link is down in the description as well. She does fantastic job on everything that she's got on there and stuff. She even models some of it herself. If you ever pay attention to any of her vlog videos and stuff, or her Instagrams or Patreon and stuff like that, you'll get to see her modeling some of the outfits herself. And that's great, because that tells you right there how much she greatly appreciates this work of art of hers as well. And so do we. I plan on getting that Rage shirt. I don't know when. I will get it. And that's it for this episode of the Video Game Review. What are your thoughts and opinions on Final Fantasy 15? Did you enjoy the game as much as we did? Or did you hate it as much as Angry Joe pretty much did and stuff? Well, let us know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you're new, and don't forget on the subscribe button to hit that notification bell so you'll know when we have a new episode of Video Game Review, The Adventurous Joe Show, or any of our other videos go up and you won't miss out on them. And that's about it. I want to thank big shout out to and thanks for the video footage from my BFF, Tara Babcock. And to all of you out there, have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you all next year on the next video game review. Well, actually, we'll see you next week for the next video game review, as they'll be closing out for the end of the year and stuff like that. And like I said, stay safe out there, people. Don't do stupid things. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and peace out. May the Force be with you all. Later.